Well, I must have exited it out. Let me get back up here to it. Um, remember I said that somebody had sent me that map of the me. They sent me the map of the floor plan of the courthouse, and they also told me that Mickey had said Kevin did me the same way. And I looked for it and looked for it and looked for it, and I couldn't find it. And I thought the guy was giving me bad information. Well, he wasn't. He gave me good information. I just hadn't seen the part where it was at. So let me turn that down some.
Mickey, what'd you say to me when I came through the door? Do you remember? You said something about house arrest. Do you remember that? What was that about? You mentioned something to me about house arrest, how he always done you. What was all that about? Can you hear me? Mickey, what'd you say to me when I came through the door? Do you remember? You said something about house arrest. Do you remember that? What was that about? You mentioned something to me about house arrest, how he always done you.
Okay. You mentioned something about house arrest. How he always done you. Well, my source had told me that, and I looked for it and looked for it and looked for it, and I couldn't find it. And I thought they were just giving me bad information, but he wasn't. He was giving me good information, so I'm so sorry. But who is on house arrest? Who's doing house arrest now? It's Lena Hensley. Lena Hensley had been doing house arrest for quite a while at this point. I think she's been doing it ever since Ben got in trouble. Lena Hensley is one of the chief deputies at the jail. She still works there. She's actually the girl who came out here with the jailer that day, trying to get this SMEX offender behind me that lives behind me. The cop went into this neighbor's house. I put it on my TikTok and my Facebook. I think I might have put it on YouTube too, but that's her. Well, she's the one that's over house arrest now. And, we also have to think about how that woman, Christine, was acting on Mickey whenever he had been handcuffed. She was like all pawing at him and all over him and stuff. Could Mickey have been protecting Lena in some way? I don't think so, because I was told that the phone call that we see on the desk after Kevin has been shot you see the phone lighting up and ringing. Well, I was told that that was Lena Hensley calling Kevin because he had seen her just a little bit before this happened, and they were setting up the new house arrest office or some kind of office over at the sheriff's department. And this is a new little piece of info that nobody's got. And so they had seen her, or she had seen Kevin, and Kevin said, "Well, call me over whenever you get it done, and I'll come back over and look at it." And so I was told that that was Lena calling Kevin to tell him to come on over and look at the new um, house arrest office that they had set up, or station, or whatever. And they didn't know, obviously, that that was taking place at the time. But so that's who I have been told that phone call was from, is from Lena Hensley. Well, would this, if that's what he said, whenever Jason Bates came through the door, if he was talking about the house arrest, then wouldn't it just wouldn't it be common sense that that's who he's talking about, is Lena, not necessarily Ben, because Ben's already been gone. He's done been gone. I mean, he's still got Angie in his face every day, so I'm sure Ben's not completely gone. I'm sure he's not completely gone. So do you think that I was asking if you thought Angie I forget what I was going to say, something about Angie. Let me get back to my, oh, well, my battery died. I guess I won't be finishing reading that. Anyway, let's see. Okay, and I wanted to bring up this guy. This is terrifying. Now, this is Harlan County, remember? We're talking about Harlan County, just right across the mountain. It don't take no time to get there. Okay. Close Flint, Kentucky. KSP Detective Ledford stated in the criminal complaint that from January 1st, 21 through March 31st, 24, Kelly is alleged to have committed the offense of R word first degree and the S word first degree by engaging in forcible sexual stuff and deviant sexual stuff multiple times with minors the defendant knew were his ancestors or descendants. Oh my gosh. Christopher Kelly was lodged in the Harlan County Detention Center with all those charges and incest. Person less than 18 by 3 or more years older. Man, oh man. Johnny Dyke says, I wish all these Chesters that are truly guilty beyond a shadow of doubt should be given the DP and put out of their misery for these sick, heinous crimes. But yet they will eventually be back on the streets to do it to someone else and ruin more lives. Speak up, people. Stand up for your children and do what should have been done to the Chesters from the very get go. Put them out. Well, there you go. You got one person who's all about, look at that guy. And that's just right across the mountain. Ben's wife thinks he's a stud muffin.